Welcome. I'm Willa Kaiser, Director of the Caduceus Institute of Classical Homeopathy, and I'm here today with one of our graduates to talk about a very interesting service, both from the perspective of uh, families who are looking for homeopathic care and also for students of homeopathy who are trying to figure out how to get a practice started. And it's called Homeopathy 24/7. So let me tell you just a little bit about Cindy Johnson. Cindy Johnson is a wife and homeschooling mom of four children. She has a master's degree in child and family studies and psychology. She's a graduate of the Caduceus Institute of Classical Homeopathy and also a graduate of Lotus Health Institute, Dr. Robin Murphy's school. She's worked as a professional homeopath for several years, helping people improve their short-term and long-term health, as well as mentoring students. She's a member of the Homeopathy 24/7 team, which is an international platform for acute homeopathy. She also hosts a Facebook group named Homeopathy for the Christian Home. Welcome, Cindy. Thank you for being here today.
Hi, Willa. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I was really excited to talk to you a little bit about Homeopathy 24/7. From the perspective of being a school director, many people who want to become homeopaths are kind of unsure how they might be able to use their skills once they've finished our program, and rightfully so. It's not like you can just go out and get a job somewhere as a homeopath. Most homeopaths are self-employed. And I think this is why Homeopathy 24/7 is such an exciting platform that can really help homeopaths get started. So please just go ahead and tell me. I know you're a member of Homeopathy 24/7. Can you tell me a little bit about what it is? Just sort of right from the start.
Sure. 24 Homeopathy 24/7 is essentially the brainchild of a homeopath, Mary Greensmith, which I'll come back and talk about that in just a minute. But first, I'll tell you what Homeopathy 24/7 offers, because I feel like it offers a lot for pretty much everyone. So and let me start also by saying Homeopathy 24/7 is unique in that it is not affiliated with a school or anything. Like sometimes we have homeopathy clinics, in our country, the US and other countries, but a lot of times they're affiliated with a school. But Homeopathy 24/7 is not. And so it's really wonderful because Homeopathy 24/7 offers homeopathic services around the clock, literally 24/7, which is where the name came from. And so you can be anywhere in the world and want to have an acute consultation for homeopathy, and you can contact them. And they have a standalone website. It's homeopathy247.com. And you can go to their website and you can click there's a red button that says chat, and you can start a chat with someone and then go ahead and you will have a video conference, usually through Zoom. They will send you invoices and just take care of it literally right now. You don't have to make an appointment for next week. You can do it right now. And so I think that is really unique. I mean, there at any given time, there are two professional homeopaths that are working in 4-hour shifts, and they are there around the clock. And to me, it's just incredible.
Hmm.
So for the average person, there's that. So it fills, that need. And then for homeopaths, for busy working homeopaths that either do not have time to take an acute appointment right now, whether it be their client or another person's, somebody that is not a client, or if a homeopath is taking vacation and they're not sure what they're going to do, like if their clients need an acute appointment, well, they can use Homeopathy 24/7 as a resource. And so they can direct their clients, I'm going to be out of town for the next week. And if you have any acute, here is a resource. You can have, you can contact Homeopathy 24/7. And the homeopaths are they're trained for that. They're not going to try to take somebody else's clients. They're just going to work with that client where they are, help them with their acute, and then encourage them to check back in with their homeopath when they return. So there's that, which makes it another incredible resource. And then finally, there's also the wonderful resource of if you are a brand new homeopath that has finished your training, or if you are a homeopath that has maybe not been practicing much lately, or if you are a homeopath that has worked face to face and now you want to get up online, then Homeopathy 24/7 is also a wonderful resource. Because again, Mary Greensmith, she offers mentoring, and we'll go through that in just a minute if you want. I'll tell you more about, how that looks like. But she just offers this wonderful opportunity to help people, whatever your situation is, as long as you're, professionally trained, to get you up and running. And she has a wonderful success rate doing that. And I've been a part of Homeopathy 24/7 personally for probably a year and a half at least. I've known about it since she started it, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. So I feel like Homeopathy 24/7 is just brilliant. And I love that it is bringing homeopathy to especially the United States and just kind of normalizing it in a way and making it more available to people. And I'm just really excited to be a part of it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, it just sounds like it fills so many needs on so many different levels. So, yeah, please tell me more about the founder of Homeopathy 24/7, how it all got off the ground. That would be great to hear more.
Sure, yes. Um, I had started following, I'm not a big social media person, but probably around 2018, 2019, I had learned of Mary Greensmith. She's a homeopath in the UK. And I don't know, she was producing content that I thought was interesting. So I followed her online. And after COVID hit in early 2020, I was blown away. Somehow in 3 weeks time, 3 weeks, Mary Greensmith had this brainchild of creating this acute platform where she would have it fully staffed with two homeopaths working 4-hour shifts. And she would just have it fully staffed around the clock. So no matter where you were in the world. And she pulled together an international team. I mean, we have homeopaths from India, we have homeopaths from England, from Australia, from New Zealand, from Canada, from the United States, Africa. It's just and I'm sure I'm missing some, but we just have an incredible international team. I was not a part of it from the beginning, but I watched her assemble this, and she did it within 3 weeks' time.
Amazing.
It blew my mind. And so
Mhm.
I have always followed it and watched it. And I always knew at some point I wanted to be a part of it because to me it was just incredible. So that's, basically the gist of how it started from my interpretation anyway. And Mary Greensmith continues to run the organization and keep us all in the straight and narrow. And she continues to mentor people that are onboarding, and she also continues mentoring people, the team that are have already gone through the initial onboarding.
Wonderful. So, how does she qualify the homeopaths? Who does she accept as a homeopath? So, because the standards are different all over the world, how does she determine that?
Right. I do know that you have to have a classical education to be considered. Above and beyond that, I'm really not sure what her requirements are, so to speak. But you do have to have a classical education. You have to have insurance, And you have to have all the qualifications. You have to let her know what schools you went to and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm sure she must have some sort of internal method that she uses, but I'm really not sure.
Yeah, well, it sounds like we have a few. You, of course, are doing it, and as a Caduceus graduate, and we have a few more people who are getting started very soon as well, who are also Caduceus graduates. So that seems to be qualifying, one school that is qualifying, and of course, we are teaching classical homeopathy. So, what's it like to get started as a practitioner in homeopathy 24/7? What was that like when you first went on board with her?
Mhm. Well, so anyone that is interested, you contact Mary Greensmith, and there's information on the homeopathy247.com website for interested homeopaths. But you contact her, and she'll do a one-on-one with you, and just kind of kind of see where you are and where you want to go, and just make sure it's a good fit. So she'll meet with people one-on-one. And then she historically has been taking a couple different cohorts a year. Um, Again, she knows what she's doing, so I'm just, observing, but it seems to be a couple different, groups of cohorts a year. So she onboards them. She has or I had anyway, I guess I'll speak to my experience. You have weekly meetings with your cohort and with Mary, and which can be tricky with so many people in different countries and stuff, but she works it out. And so we would meet for, I can't remember, at least an hour, maybe 2 hours. Each week, she would have a certain area that she would discuss, because the goal is to get you up and running. So she would discuss, I'm trying to think, she would discuss like writing blogs. She would discuss building a website. She would discuss deciding on your video link. Like most of us use Zoom. And then also you have to decide on how you are going to send out invoices, like whether PayPal, what calendar system you're going to use, if it's separate from your website or if you don't have a website yet. Um, Trying to think, just all kind of things like that. And then also she would do mentoring on the Acute platform, because and also Facebook. So Facebook, Homeopathy 24/7 is a standalone website, but then we also have a Facebook group called Ask a Homeopath. And so whenever you are doing your 4-hour shift on the Acute platform, you also have the Facebook group, the Ask a Homeopath, that you are also answering questions on. And if it's just easy, you don't give prescriptions at all on the website. But if you can recommend a couple remedies for somebody if they have a question, say they have a baby that's teething and they're just looking for a couple ideas, and they're able to give you enough information, then, you can suggest a couple remedies, but we never give prescriptions or anything like that, just some suggestions for them to go and look at. So we also have the component of Facebook in there too. So she would, make sure that we had good rapport with people. She really is trying to get people to a good place because we represent homeopathy 24/7. So we are ambassadors for that, organization. And also, like I was saying, she also teaches how to use the Acute platform, because that's a whole different, I don't even know what the right word is. It's a different website. It's kind of like this chat feature that's built into the website. And so you have to learn how to use it, so that you can go onto the Acute platform. And once she feels like and usually your cohort as a whole kind of gets to that place together, but everybody has different plans or what they want to do. So sometimes it might take people a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit faster. But she's really good about individualizing that, which I guess we homeopaths are pretty good about individualizing things. But then whenever you're ready to get up on the Acute platform, she works you into the schedule. and you get, 1 or 2 shifts. For me anyway, I had 2 shifts a week. Each shift was 4 hours. I had a shift partner each time. So it was really neat. So I had a shift partner in Canada. I had a shift partner in India. So you get to know them as well because you can, text them and talk with them. And um, so that was fantastic. So if somebody on the other end, if somebody goes to the website and decides, I need an acute for this toothache that I'm having, you're on the other end. So they go to the website and they push the button that they want to have a chat, and that's going to turn into an acute consultation. And so you're on the other end of that. And so you're replying to them. And then when they confirm that they agree to the terms and conditions and that they agree to pay, um, right now, and this is in fall of, or almost fall 2024, the cost of an acute consultation is 55 US dollars. And I think that's pretty reasonable. It also includes 48 hours of follow-up care. Now, in other countries with different, you know, forms of money, it's similar to the 55 US dollars. But so they contact you, they agree to the terms and conditions, they agree to the $55. You send them a Zoom link, you send them an invoice, and then you meet with them and you talk with them face to face. And after you finish, you either decide there in the moment, or you follow up with them within an hour or so and let them know the remedy that you've decided on. A lot of people that utilize this service seem to already have kits, and so they're pretty familiar with homeopathy. If they're not, then the homeopath will, give them some ideas. And we have all these resources because Mary provides us, all of this information. She provides us information about pharmacies in different countries and all sorts of stuff like that. And I guess I should also say, when you're, going through the mentoring and then even just part of the team, Mary has a library of at least over 300 videos that help you to, just come up to speed and do all the stuff that we don't really learn in homeopathy school, because that's not the point of homeopathy school, but, how to run a business. I didn't think about it earlier, but she also teaches how to make ebooks. She teaches how to do webinars and podcasts, and, it just the whole gamut. And there's so many of these meetings that she has taught. She has in a video library that we also, as long as you're a team member, you have access to those as well. So anyway, so then you follow up with those clients that you've worked with acutely. Sometimes they will want to become your, full-time client. Sometimes it might just be, like I said, they might have a homeopath that they just can't see right now. And so then you point them back that way. That's one of the questions we always ask up front, because we don't ever want to take somebody's client away from them. That's not what we're there for. We're just there to help them in the interim. So I'm trying to think. So then you just follow up with them as long, for up to 48 hours, and then go from there. So I'm not sure if I answered your question, but
Yeah, yeah, no, that gives it, it sounds like it's really, there's a lot of resources, a ton of support, all the things that you need to know to actually practice homeopathy when you already are a competent homeopath and have
right.
learned that in school, but all these other things like blog posts and
Mhm.
websites and social media, this is all uh, modern homeopaths need to be savvy in these ways. And you've also explained how you end up getting paid on the acute platform. It sounds like so the Facebook group is only for giving advice and there's no money exchanged. But when you're doing a shift, you're watching the Facebook group as well as the paid website. Is that correct? Am I understanding that
Yes,
correctly? Okay.
yes,
All
that is
right.
correct.
Yeah, so it sounds like you did that for a while and now you're not doing that anymore. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. Yes. So I onboarded and did all of the training and such, and then I did do the acute platform for I don't know, probably 6 months or so. And then I was just so busy that with having all of my appointments and then also having the 2 4-hour shifts a week, it was just a lot for me. And so I dropped the acute platform, but I am still part of the team. So the other benefit for not just me, but for all of the team members is on the homeopathy247.com website. There's also a page that's Meet the Team. And so a lot of times, and I think I went and checked, and there's over 50 members of the team right now. So there's usually kind of somewhere between 40 and 60. So like I said, I just counted today and there was over 50. Um, but so a lot of times people will go to they don't even necessarily need an acute, but they will go to the Meet the Team page and they will read through all the different profiles, look and see what countries people are in, kind of see what person they think they might resonate with. And so they just can book in directly on the team page. If you click on somebody's like their team page, it'll take them through to their website or their calendar or, whatever people have set up. I have a website. So I get a lot of clients that just find me through the team page. So I just choose not to do the acute platform anymore because I just didn't want to, take the 8 hours a week and so kind of feel like I put in my 6 months and it was enjoyable and I loved the experience, but I was like, I think I'm done with that for now. But some people love it and they continue to do the acute platform as well.
Hmm. Okay. Wow, it sounds amazing. Can you think of any hesitations, any reason anybody would hesitate to get involved with the website if they already have homeopathic training and are looking to get their practice started?
I don't think I can think of any hesitations. Another benefit of it is, and I tell a lot of student homeopaths this. I really suggest to them that they find a group of other homeopaths that they really enjoy, spending time with because being a homeopath can be so isolating at times. And it's so important to find your support as well. So from that perspective, having this wonderful team and you're a part of this team, it's just, I think it's fantastic, just even that aspect of it. I mean, because I know a lot of homeopaths here in the US, but now that has, expanded significantly. And, I have just, I'm trying to think, there's several people that sometimes I will just we'll contact each other and we'll just text back and forth, or we'll jump on a video, a Zoom, or something. I just had one. I've one of my good friends is in New Zealand that we've become friends with through it, and so we just will get on and chit chat, and it's just really good having that support system. And so no, I can't really think of any reason not to do it. I mean, unless you just really don't want to build your practice up. I mean,
Right, right. It's for people who would like to have a homeopathic practice, a thriving homeopathic practice. So,
exactly. That's Mary's goal.
so if somebody wanted to learn more, what would they need to do at this point if they wanted to look into it more?
Yes, I think probably the best thing is to go to the homeopathy247.com website. And there's some buttons on there that I think one says if you're a homeopath and you're interested in, I don't think it says joining the team, but I'm not sure what it says. But there is a button on there that you can it's kind of like a contact form, I believe, and it will go to Mary Greensmith and she will get back to you. She is the point of contact.
Well, it's just wonderful. I know that, in past decades, Sometimes students have struggled because it is a whole new set of skills that involves running your own consulting business, basically. And to have this kind of support and have the support of homeopaths all over the world just sounds phenomenal. I'm really, really excited, and it's wonderful to hear that it's been a good thing for you. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. Is there anything else coming to mind that you'd like to tell us?
The only other thing, and I can't remember, I might have already said this. Um, Even after you work through the initial onboarding with Mary, we still have weekly meetings. So,
Hmm,
like, I'm a team member, and even though I've already gone through all of that, we still have there's separate meetings. So, like, the new cohort has a separate set of meetings, but they can also go to um, the continuing support. I don't know what the right word is. But so even just as a team member, I still have a weekly meeting that I can attend if I choose to. She also records them, so you can see them in the video library. And you can also contact Mary directly as a team member if you have something you're trying to work through, if you have a situation that or if there's something that you want to do, like want to learn or, that you want to implement within your practice. If she's just wonderful. She'll meet with you. She'll, do a one-on-one, or you can, talk about it during the weekly meeting. She just has this goal. She really wants people to be successful, and she really just wants to support them and encourage them. And I personally have had no issues at all. It has been a fantastic experience for me, and I just so respect her and I respect the whole team, and I'm excited and happy to be a part of it.
wonderful. Well, thank you again for joining us. It's been wonderful to hear about this exciting option for homeopaths who are getting their practices started. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.